the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Sunday, March 16th. The brackets have been revealed. You may hear my printer getting going right now as I am printing out my bracket. It's trying to. Do you hear it?
I do, yeah.
It's bracket season. I haven't plugged it up since I've been in the new house. So I just got it plugged up a minute ago. Pulled up my screen, realized I hadn't printed.
Already putting it to work.
There may be something wrong with it. It's bracket season. Hold on.
Are you sure it's not a fax?
Hold, please. No, those are much more annoying. I don't know if you've ever had to fax anything. Have you ever had to do that?
Not really. I get fax sometimes from
Or
work.
like your email though. Like you haven't had to use fax
I don't really have
machine.
to do anything with it. Yeah.
But like it's not like that. That
No.
Yeah, that's tough. Faxes are tough. They're loud and obnoxious. No, this is just a very, very crappy Canon printer. I'm taking donations for a new one. If anybody would like to pay towards that, I can give you my Venmo. This is kind of a lame bracket. I don't know if you can see that. I don't like it. I don't know. It's just the coloring's off of it. The brackets aren't good. I'm going to go find another one. Not a fan.
What was that one? So I know which one not to go
USA
to.
Today's.
Oh, okay.
I think is what I normally use. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. All right. It is bracket season, though. It is March Madness officially, the tournament that is most associated with March Madness. I know it's felt like March. Tennessee makes a run in the SEC tournament. That some people will take it as good and bad. I think everyone enjoyed playing on Sunday, though. But some people will probably now look back on it when you don't win it all and say, well, we should have just rested our 8-man rotation. That, though, Landon, you may have found a 9-man rotation in that.
Okay.
Maybe not maybe not a 9-man rotation. That's not the right word, but a chance. You may have learned more about yourself going into the NCAA tournament. Does that make sense? Maybe not. I don't know. He didn't play a lot. Boswell. I guess so. Sorry, it's the 8-man. You found an 8-man rotation, is what it is. It went from a 7-man to an 8-man.
Okay. With Dubar.
I think Dubar gave you more better minutes this weekend.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
So while I also agree I would have rather rested and not won, but this weekend was awesome, and I think Tennessee's playing good basketball. I also think they got Dubar better minutes. He looks like he's maybe not playing I don't know what the stats say about him playing his best, but I felt he contributed more and maybe has solidified himself within the rotation.
Yeah, he looks more comfortable. A lot like he doesn't look absolutely lost like he was when he first got back with Tennessee earlier in the season. Like there was he can go out there and hit a couple threes and be really good, or he could also turn the ball over 4 times and go right back to the bench. I feel like he's been more consistent. That probably just gets him more. Yeah, you have more trust with the coaching staff, I think.
Absolutely. It was so I think all in all a good weekend, good week and weekend there for Tennessee as they get ready for the most important one of them all. Tennessee baseball. I I think everyone expected a good weekend. I don't know if everyone expected a perfect weekend. That is a series sweep over number 7 Florida. Landon, tomorrow we may be talking about the number 1 Tennessee Volunteers in baseball.
Yeah, I know LSU did sweep Missouri, so I'm interested to see what that conversation looks like. But when you look at how Tennessee dominated Florida this weekend, I mean, it would be hard to argue for LSU. Tennessee is 20-0. They're defending national champions. They got to be number 1.
And they just took all of that wait till SEC play talk and shoved it right up their ass.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was abusive, especially Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to issue an apology to Florida's bullpen. Formal apology to Florida's bullpen. That was mean.
Yeah, also, I don't know if it counts, but Marcus Phillips goes complete game.
It does count. It's a complete game.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, I think you gotta feel for them a little bit. I mean, the way that game got flipped on its head is hilarious.
Yeah, it looks like it was going to be a nail biter, and yeah, just when it rains, it pours for Florida in that 7th inning.
I don't think Tony Vitello is going to be mad about that run rule game. He's like, yeah, let's get out of here with the win and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that in SEC play. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing is like do not walk Tennessee, or that's what's going to happen. You start walking batters.
Tennessee has more runs than hits this season.
More runs than hits, is that right?
It was as of yesterday. I would assume crazy. That remained. I think it was like a 20-something difference.
They also have like a lot more home runs than they've been like giving up, than like runs they've given up, which is crazy. It's like 50-something to 30-something.
So yeah. Let's see. All right, I'll look that up in a second.
I do have a question, and I kind of want to start this off with this question because we've kind of gotten into basketball and baseball a little bit already.
Well, I just wanted to mention it. I didn't want to. I didn't want Monty to get mad at us.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna.
But it's a good question.
He's gonna holler at us again.
Yeah, he's gonna enjoy this question. Depending on, I guess, how we answer it. Would you rather get swept by Florida and win the SEC tournament in basketball, or sweep Florida and lose in the championship? What?
Yeah, what happened this weekend is totally fine with me. I wouldn't have wanted to get swept. So,
yeah. What about lose the series?
See, we're getting into 2 fairly meaningless things in the grand scheme.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially when Lenardi was like, yeah, it doesn't matter what Tennessee does. And then he came back today and was like, well, they could, I guess, but I don't think anybody will.
Right. One's for a ring.
Greg Sankey was immediately like texting him and be like, dude, if you don't change that right now, I will kill you.
So I read that stat. It was not correct. We only have 182. Or no, I guess we only have 182 hits to, what'd I say, more runs than hits? Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Sorry, I was reading it backwards. 203 runs to
182 hits.
182 hits. I'm like, what am I doing now?
Okay.
I'm trying to do too many things at once. I'm trying to answer your question. 203 runs, 182 hits. That is the correct stat. Okay. I would not have wanted to get swept. But if you change it out for a series loss for a ring, give me that.
Yeah. I think I'm the same way. But yeah, I don't want to get
swept too much.
Yeah.
Losing a series in March, whatever.
For sure.
Although I don't know. Tennessee lost their opening series last year, right? Or got swept in their opening series last year. Maybe give me the sweep.
Yeah, maybe it's just we need a little kick to the nuts. I don't know. Like, it sucks because, I mean, it's kind of like the NCAA tournament. Like the SEC, you beat Texas like you should. You had a really good win against Auburn, and then it just stinks that like that good of a win yesterday means kind of nothing as well. Just kind of like this loss, I guess. Like it felt like a really good win at the time, and then you have to turn right around and play again, and you lose that one. And also, that was two really good teams today. What is officiating doing?
Yeah, both teams were in the double bonus with 13 minutes left.
Yeah, like let's just play.
It was very inconsistent too.
I thought about like I understand Tennessee was losing, that was probably part of it, but I want to turn it off because I was like, there's no flow to this basketball game.
It never really felt like Tennessee could really get back into it when they expanded that lead to like 9 with. I know that's just 3 possessions. With like 6 minutes left, they got it back to 9 or maybe got it back to 12. And I was thinking there's just no way because one misstep and they're shooting free throws.
Yeah.
And when it's in the name, Landon, and when there's free throws involved, like they can go 1 of 2 and that's at least points on that possession. And it's just, you have no breathing room at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, credit to that Florida team. That's a really good Florida team. If they don't make a deep run, then they've run into a giant somewhere along the way that'll make some noise. But I think Tennessee showed it's a really good basketball team too. It's disappointing that championship game didn't mean much. Looks like it didn't mean much for Michigan, who won today as well. They're a 5 seed, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, they're a 5 seed. Play UC San Diego, who I think is one of the statistically best basketball teams in the country right now. I think that was what was said on the bracket show. One of the better offenses and defenses. So that'll be a fun matchup for them. Congrats on winning it. Doesn't mean anything, but congrats, guys.
Yeah, sure. Glad you got in. Yeah, UC San Diego, that's like a baseball school, so good for them.
Also, if we want to talk about bad officiating, let's give some credit to some good officiating, which it may have been incidentally good officiating. But did you see that Michigan State Wisconsin no foul call at the end of the game? All ball. Guy goes to throw a half court shot up, and it looks like a foul in real time. I mean, it looks like there's no way he gets the ball clean there. Nothing but ball. Very, very good no call. Again, may have been incidental, but they did it. They got it right.
And better Wisconsin won?
Yes.
Okay, and then Michigan beat Wisconsin.
That was in the semifinal yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. It does kind of, and this is the conference tournament just kind of sucks in general. I mean, they were talking about Wisconsin. They're like, yeah, they just lost, and they have to go in there and like after a loss and clap hands that they made it to the NCAA tournament. It just feels so dumb to me. It's so,
I don't know why they had a camera
so rushed.
I feel like Wisconsin could have said, we don't want a camera. I don't think there were any SEC teams that played the past 2 days that were on camera, right?
Yeah, I didn't see that either. Yeah, I don't understand. Like the SEC tournament just feels like, hey, let's get this in real quick so we can get on with the rest of it. So, I mean, if you're going to treat it like that, I don't know why it was blown out of proportion like it was going to mean something this year when in reality it wasn't going to.
We know good and well it would not have meant anything.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if they had meant something. But and maybe it does if Tennessee wins it. Maybe it would have shocked us. I don't know. But I would have been surprised. Because it's tough. They say it's full body of work. But if it's full body work, then this tournament has to matter. Well, that would be Tennessee would win that series 2-1. That gives them an extra quad 1 win, which puts them right there with Florida. I think they have a similar percentage when quad 1 percentage. Florida has more quad 2 wins. They have on the road wins at Alabama and Auburn, but that's just a scheduling thing other than Tennessee losing by 2 at Auburn. Tennessee couldn't play out. How could Tennessee ever gain a road win against Alabama? They have a neutral court win over Auburn. Now we're just talking about scheduling.
Yeah.
So I doubt Tennessee would have gotten it. Anyways, they lost this game, so they're right where they should be. I guess it all works out the wash. And now Tennessee sees their road, and it is in Lexington. Starts in Lexington.
Which is going to be hilarious. Like, wouldn't that be like all time if Tennessee did win this tournament and like get started at Rupp Arena?
There will probably be Kentucky fans there cheering against Tennessee. There were
Well, there was Kentucky fans.
Saturday.
Yeah, in Nashville, they were, cheering on the Vols. So
I think by today, they had either sold their tickets and left, or they just knew Kentucky. There used to be that only Kentucky fans showed up to the SEC tournament. In recent years, though, I think they've learned to not even buy Sunday's tickets. They will not be there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just.
Well, you did have some that they just wore like a Nico Iamaleava jersey in Bridgestone.
Those Volcats.
Yeah.
Back. Volcats are a thing again.
Oh, yeah, they're back.
Mark Pope brought them back. It's like his playing days.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny. So Kentucky's a 3 seed. BYU is a 6 seed. And so I know like Mark Pope has done a good job, and they've been, kind of hurt throughout the year with Butler and Jackson hurt. But is it are you still in wait and see mode with Mark Pope? Because the team he just left kind of had a really good season after he left too.
That's probably. I mean, how many transfers does BYU have on any given year, though?
Yeah,
I feel like if you go to BYU, you're probably a BYU guy.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I think that situation's probably unique because it's BYU.
Yeah, and maybe he's getting credit for both of them. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm not trying to necessarily spot him credit, but it's probably a similar team to what he had at BYU.
They just had a better year.
There you go. There's your spin zone. There you go. Now we're talking. We going to Lexington?
I kind of want to go on Saturday.
Wonder what time that game will be. I guess that gets released tonight. It should be the late game, right? If we win.
I don't know.
I think we should be.
I'd like to go. What's that, 3 hours?
I don't know. I can't remember. This is why we need trains. Just don't want to drive. I could be driven. Yeah, 2 hours and 40 minutes. All right.
Okay.
We'll think about it. Last time I went to the Saturday game, we advanced.
I'll rent a car.
Now we're talking. Let me see. I know I got a birthday party for children. My brother's twins turned 2. 2? Yeah. 1. Were they born last year? They were born last year. They just feel like they've been around a while,
They won't remember it anyway, so you're good. Yeah, we'll think about that. I was looking at it today. I was like, I kind of want to go.
Wonder what time that party is. Wonder how early we'd have to leave. I'm about to figure that out. I kind of want to go too. Going last year was awesome. But
how much did you pay for a ticket last year? If you don't,
I paid a lot of money, but I wanted to sit low.
Okay.
I think the get in by the time I was looking was like $100.
Oh, okay.
But I paid like almost 300. But I sat like in the 14th row.
The good thing about that is like, yeah, there'll probably be a lot of tickets, but like for the second game, some of those teams will have gone home.
Yeah, I mean, I got my ticket on the secondary market.
Okay.
But to be fair, it was UNC and Duke, or not UNC and Duke, UNC and Michigan State were the game before ours, which is probably a pretty, well sought out ticket in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So I got there in time to see UNC Michigan State play because it's the same ticket, and then Tennessee Texas after.
Mm. You know what else? We will pass a Buc-ee's too, so I'm definitely in.
Where's a Buc-ee's going to Lexington?
I thought it's in Lexington, is it not?
Oh, it could be. I don't know.
I think it's close.
I try to avoid that
it's up
as
that
much
way.
as possible.
Yeah. This could be a turning point for us.
This could be the nail in the coffin for us.
It could be too, yeah. I was trying to keep it positive, but yes.
But I mean, I think we have to go in knowing like this could be it.
Yeah.
You're going to play UCLA more than likely. Could be Utah State. So we are the Thursday, Saturday game? I guess I hadn't even seen that yet.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
I wonder what will be on Thursday. Like what time that will be. Yeah, when does it? You said it get released. It gets
I
released.
think it's released tonight. I think those times are released tonight. I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they normally are, but let's see if they've been released yet.
They were not on ESPN before.
Has not been released yet. Yeah, okay. It's not been released on ESPN yet.
Somebody said 6:50 on Saturday. Is that right?
Oh, I guess they have, just not on ESPN yet. Okay. Sweet.
I don't know. I don't know if that's right. I haven't seen anything. Gabriel just said that, and then in the
I'm gonna trust Gabriel.
YouTube chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust him.
Okay.
That's plenty of time to get up there. Ben McKee tweeted it. I'm not gonna trust Ben, Gabe. Sorry. I'm out. Should have said that. I was rolling with you. Chris, good to see you in here, man.
They will tip off at 6:50 on Thursday.
Okay.
Against Wofford.
Okay. So we're the early game on our bracket, I would imagine, on our side. Because there'll be a later Thursday game, I'd think.
Yeah.
Not too bad. 6:50 is not too bad.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good time. Not too late, not too early. You can work a full day.
It is March Madness. Starts on Tuesday. We go to Dayton, Ohio.
Speaking of that, dude, how in the world did North Carolina get in the tournament?
I mean, kind of the same for Texas, right?
I guess. But did you see, North Carolina's 1-12 versus quad 1 teams.
I think Texas has a similar quad. I can't remember what it is. I think their quad 1's pretty awful too.
Indiana 4-13, West Virginia 6-10, Ohio State 6-11 against quad 1. Those three teams I mentioned did not make it.
There's no UNC bias involved. There's none.
That's insane.
There's none involved.
It's like, well, they played Duke kind of close. They tried hard. Let's put them in.
To be fair, they probably shouldn't have lost that one.
It is funny that I guess I like it to a certain extent where it's you make them play in like a play-in game. Like they are not in the field. They have to play their way into the field.
But they have a chance to get in, unlike those other teams you named.
That's true. That's true.
No matter what they do, and which I mean, are people even going to accept NIT bids anymore? I just feel like, last year I know.
Did Texas get in?
Texas is in the first 4. They play Xavier.
Oh, okay.
Both of them are playing for an 11 seed.
So South Carolina and LSU are the only SEC teams that did not make it. So did we get 14 in?
Is that right? I guess I didn't count it. There were several in before Tennessee. So
yeah, that's right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, 14. Wow. I mean,
I do feel cheating with Texas. They're getting in, kind of similar to UNC. Yeah, they had a good showing, Chris, in the ACC. Texas had a good showing. It did take a double overtime against A&M, who I feel is. I'm glad we should never have to see them again this season because they're a team that still scares me, but I also don't think they're that good.
yeah.
If that makes sense. Can that be said in the same sentence? Is
Yeah,
that
like
allowed?
Trey Johnson could score 40 points and beat probably anybody. But everybody else on that
I'm talking about
team
A&M, though.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Texas. Sorry.
No, I don't think A&M's all that great.
No, I don't either.
But I also don't want to play them. So since we don't have to play them, I'm like, Is that okay? Can that be said in the same sentence though?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they announced the East first, did you think we're going to be the 2 seed in the East and have to play possibly Vanderbilt in the second round?
No, but I would have been okay with that.
Yeah. I think it would be. It is going to be interesting to see if Tennessee and Kentucky can make the Sweet 16. Like that would be an electric matchup.
Yeah, it would be. It would be a tough one to lose if it happened. That
would
would
100%.
That would ruin a lot for me.
I want a revenge though.
It does give the opportunity for revenge where Kentucky has swept you this year.
Yeah.
We can say they have currently swept us because there is a chance. Listen, if you take care of business, we'll meet again. If you don't, it is what it is. And you can't say you swept us because we had the chance to play again.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about.
Go ahead.
Well, we talked about this is a team that could go out in the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. Do you feel that's fairly true now, or do you think now seeing it, you're like, no, this team handles business?
Oh.
We've got some people in the comments. You tell us too. Is it like what is your opinions on that? Because we talked about that this team can go far with how inconsistent they are, though. They could also lose in the first weekend. So tell us how you feel after seeing the bracket, seeing who your opponents could be.
I think you're a Sweet 16 team. I don't think you lose in the first weekend.
Okay. So this team's in the Sweet 16.
I think you are good enough offensively to hold your own against teams that you are head and shoulders better than. Now, teams that like a Kentucky where you're not head and shoulders better than them, I don't think, can give you fits offensively. And one thing I want to point out about the SEC tournament is like you're not having to play back-to-back days anymore. Like that's over. So I think that's a big thing where it's more like I don't think the depth thing is so much of an issue. Now it could be if you get in foul trouble, but I don't think Tennessee's going to be exhausted by the end of this thing. At least I hope not.
The foul trouble, which that today was just an abysmal showing. And Florida was just deeper than you, and they were able to foul as much as you and not get into foul trouble with their best players.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to stay out of foul trouble.
Well, what do you think? You think they're
I think they're in the Sweet 16. Beyond that, I think this tournament could be very, very tough for this team.
Yeah. I do think you have a good draw.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good draw. You're a 2 seed, so it should have been. I think it was pretty good draw. Yeah. Tennessee in the Final Four, seeing San Antonio with all those big, big Chuck women. Put me in there with Charles Barkley, man. We'll tear that town up.
Yeah, I do think depth, like a team that has more depth than Tennessee, I feel like they can use that. And they can be aggressive and go to the rim, get us in foul trouble, and if they have good quality bigs, and I mean,
I think it's the depth in the paint. I think that's the only place Tennessee gets worn out. I think you saw with
Gainey.
They put in that one dude for a few minutes. Florida did. Klazar. No. Like I think any team that has depth in the paint will hurt you, but I think they can't really go. Like I don't think people can go deep with guards against Tennessee. It doesn't matter. They put him in for 5 minutes and he gives Tennessee like 6 points.
Yeah, I think the one thing that killed Tennessee was getting Igor in foul trouble, and he's your leading rebounder. That hurt.
Yeah,
a lot because then you got tore up on the boards. You gave up a ton of offensive rebounds.
He's just got to be smarter. And he hits that 3, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's awake. He's alive for this game. And then just slowly disappears and looks once again like a corpse on the court.
Yeah.
That last play to get inbound to Zakai that he missed yesterday was beyond. It was incomprehensible. I didn't know if he was breathing. I wanted to check his pulse.
Yeah, I mean Tennessee did fight. I thought there was times in that game, like early in the second half, I was like, "Yep, pack it up. This one is
Did
over."
you send the
and they
tweet,
would
or did Joey
Huh?
send it from the beach?
what?
You signed us off like 5 minutes early.
What did I say?
Somebody did. Somebody tweeted that this tournament doesn't matter anymore. I was like, we can still win it.
Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, I think that was me. I was in my feels.
You counted us out before it was over. I was like, if you win, you can't delete it. If you delete it, I'll repost it for you. Have you found what I'm talking about yet?
Yeah, great run, but the real tournament begins next weekend.
Yeah. I was like, I hope we win. That's staying up.
Yeah, that was fine with me. It would still stand.
Well, that's what would be said. If I mean, that's what Auburn went to yesterday after their loss. Yeah, they went to the foul count like they weren't in the double bonus early too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the moral of the story is what the hell is Pat Adams doing with a whistle? Who gave him that authority?
I mean, common foul on Janai Broom. That picture is crazy.
Well, Auburn fans are like, what are you upset about? It got called. I don't think. I guess people were. Did Pat Adams blow it or did someone else? Is that what people are mind blown by?
Well, they reviewed it, and it was just a common foul.
Right. But did Pat Adams call it? He was the one standing there.
I don't think so.
That's what. Okay, I thought that's what people were upset about, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Janai Broom's allowed to do whatever he wants to on a basketball court. I will say they let him get banged around a little bit, so that's good. Except for that fifth foul on Okpara. That was the most atrocious call of the game.
There's one where Okpara blocks Broom at the rim, and the picture is like him hitting the ball with one hand, and Broom's like palm is on Okpara's face, just like slapping him across the face. I'm like, he can do no wrong when he has the ball in his hands. Like,
yeah. Well, we saw it today too. Condon got Cade Phillips a foul, and he's lowering his shoulder into Cade's chest. He's not moving. And then they blow a foul on Cade. It's like Cade Phillips didn't play great today, but what can he do there? What is he allowed to do in that moment?
Yeah. The one on Igor where they inbounded it to him and the guy like fell out of bounds and they called it on Igor and you went back and looked at it and it was like he was in like a defensive position. He didn't touch him.
That one I don't like it. Well, we get it all the time. He had his arm in his back. If it's the one I think you're talking about.
Yeah.
He puts his arm on his back and the dude.
I see that like he's like guiding him, like what you do if somebody like has your back to you. But I guess they're going to call it every time. But if
the dude falls, it's going to get blown.
But
we got that foul in the Auburn game. They called it a lot today against us. Guys running around screens.
But I'm not sure they call that foul on Janai Broom against Gainey if Gainey doesn't fall into the second row.
There was one. I think that's the foul you're talking about, where he shoves Lanier out of the way.
Yeah.
On that play, Broom committed 2 fouls. You could pick one. Yeah. And listen, I'm really mean to Bruce Pearl on this show. And as someone who has watched half the Volunteer for Life ESPN special on Chris Lofton, so it's very good so far. I feel bad about the way I talk about Bruce Pearl on the show. But yesterday, him yelling flop when he has Baker Nazar on his team.
Yeah.
That dude grabs his head he falls to the ground and acts injured every time he's touched. He is a crybaby. He is why everyone hates soccer. Why no one who goes, I don't want to watch soccer people fall around and grab. Don't complain about guys like him will forever blow my mind. It's infuriating to watch. And you're not allowed to yell flop when you have a guy like that. Not only on your roster, but in your starting lineup. Sorry, Bruce. You get no benefit of it out there. So shut up.
Also, the the Dylan Cardwell thing. Did you see that where he blocked? I think it was it Igor?
It was
Or, I don't
Gainey.
know.
It was Gainey.
Gainey. And he went
I don't
over
know.
to him.
I don't know what Gainey was thinking.
Yeah, I don't either. But he like went over there and I mean, he obviously was kind of flexing on him a little bit, but he's like, "Oh my gosh, I tried to help him up." I'm like,
He may have been going over there to help him up, but you can't do the shoulder thing. Your shoulders can't be out when you're doing
to pick him up.
You got to understand what that looks like, man, because everyone's
Yeah.
talking. Maybe I don't know the guy, and he isn't as big of a prick as some other guys on the court. So I'm not going to sit here and say he definitely was not. But I mean, his shoulder, like he was big boy in him.
Yeah,
Wow.
who blocks somebody's shot and then go helps him up? Like no one does that.
The body language said to me, he's big time in him here.
Yeah.
And it obviously did to others as well. So maybe he was just going to help him up. I don't know. He wasn't just screaming, cussing at him like a lot of guys do. I will say that. But yeah, I love how the announcers are immediately like in his head. They're like, nah, he wasn't flexing on him. He wasn't doing that. How do you know? Jay Billis is insufferable. He's still mad about the Vols punking that bitch Duke team a few years back.
Filipowski.
Yeah. He's still mad about that. We get
Yeah.
it, dude. They were mean to you all. Good Lord. That Duke team sucked anyways.
Yeah, they weren't good.
Who cares? Chris, I don't want Pearl back. He's run his course with me. I'm good. Now,
I mean,
Danny
as
White,
red as he gets, he's gonna have a heart attack in any minute. He's a health issue.
right? And listen, if Danny White announced that he was coming back, I'm all in. But he can't bring Steven. Got to part ways.
He's the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, get to work.
I love that we have
You got
coordinators
70
now
on
in
your
basketball.
Yeah, no, man, it's nice, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to have that.
Yeah, but can we call him something else? I don't know what you call him, but
To be fair, they never call them defensive coordinators. They always say they haven't in all this time. They haven't found a name for him. They're always like, he's pretty much the defense coordinator on this team.
yeah.
What would you call him? What would your term for them be?
I don't know.
I'm going to call him, and it would still be confusing with basketball. I'm going to call him the defensive end coach and the offensive end coach.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, I
to
don't know.
make it equally confusing, but also have its own meaning. You have the defensive end of the court and the offensive end of the court. They coach their respective ends. And then you have a full court coach who coaches the full court.
Well, I was
Then you have
thinking
your head
you
coach.
probably have some.
The
You
gaffer.
got to have position coach too. You got to have a point guard coach, a shooting guard coach, a forward coach, center coach, and then
Yeah.
all the above for Sunbelt Billy, who brings 108 people on his staff.
There's got to be a lot of people in that building getting paid that do absolutely nothing, which I respect.
Is Florida still? Are they still under allegations? Some stalking going around.
No, all those allegations got done. You know, though, that Florida coach looks like he could get really compact. Like he looks like he could be, Do you know Chris Clemmer from Barstool? The
Yeah.
creepy looking skinny dude. Have you ever seen him get compact?
What do you mean? Well, I don't know what you mean.
I don't really know how to describe it other than compact.
Compact, like he
Yeah.
can get small.
Real small. That's what he looks like. Doesn't he
Okay.
kind of look like Chris Clemmer to you, though?
His head looks huge for his body.
Really? I think everything looks small. There's got to be a picture of him. Yeah, look, he can just get really, really small, get really compact. Doesn't he look like that?
Yeah, he does.
I bet he could get compact.
Check the tapes.
His head probably looks so big to you because his body's so small. It's just creepy. He's like Gabe from The Office. He's probably like hugging a skeleton.
God, he's gonna have a manifesto too after the season. Hope they don't win it. Your manifesto is not that cool if you don't win a national championship.
You can't tell me that's not Todd Golden.
That looks like sketch.
I want to see him get until he proves he can't get compact. I'm thinking he can get compact. Let me see he gets small.
Are good teams taking Ogpara out of the offense? Or are we just not doing it anymore?
I just don't think you're using him that much. I think you're trying to use guards to get downhill and go to the basket.
That's a good point. What do you think about the 4-guard matchup we had today?
Loved
you like it?
Wish we could have kept doing it. The only reason we couldn't was because of fouls.
I mean, who was it a couple years ago? They beat us. FAU. They ran 4 guards. Yeah, I'd like to see us do more. I think it helps if you had bigger guards. I know ours aren't just huge, so maybe it would help if we had some bigger guards. But I like that's a lineup you could use against a UCLA and a Wofford and beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah.
Like your defense isn't going to take that much of a hit. You should be fine rebounding the basketball with size. I think that maybe you do more of that so you can keep those post players healthy.
Foul trouble.
Look at that too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Both.
Yeah.
I think this tournament, I mean, we go back into this. I think this tournament was really, really valuable for Dubar. I think to try to find, I mean, it's not like you go find an 8th man. You knew who your 8th man had to be if you had an 8th man. And so I think you found someone who can give you 10 minutes. And would love if he came along better, but I thought he played really, really well throughout this tournament. So that was big. And got more minutes for Cade Phillips. I think he still needs to play better for Tennessee. But I think those are really valuable minutes he gave you this tournament. And we're in C mode now, unfortunately. Let's see it.
I mean, that's basically it should be every team other than maybe Florida, but I mean, a couple weeks ago, they lost to Georgia. So I think everybody's kind of wait and see mode who gets hot because I don't think you're going in this tournament like, man, that team is hot right now.
I think Florida, since losing to Georgia, has been white hot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Junior
and they probably
shot in the last 4 or 5 games.
They definitely look like the best in the country right now.
Yeah. Agreed.
For sure.
Yeah, it was I thought to have a chance to win the championship after winning yesterday, I thought you had to play Alabama, and watching Florida beat the brakes off them was very unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, you're hoping they would kind of like fight it out.
Well, I thought you had to play Alabama, so I thought, yeah, hopefully it's at least a good game. Maybe it's double overtime, 4 overtime game. I'm not asking too much. I'm not asking for 5 overtimes.
Just the over.
I just thought we had to play Alabama. I thought that was a better matchup for us, and yeah, you got to play Florida.
Yeah, because offensively, I thought Tennessee didn't. I thought they played pretty good. They just kind of got eaten alive on the boards, and a lot of that was just foul trouble.
And a lot of it was offensive boards too. That's where they really throttled you.
Yeah, they had 15 to our 5.
They almost had as many offensive as Tennessee did defensive.
Yeah,
never a great thing.
We also missed 7 free throws, so that kind of hurts a little bit.
To be fair, kind of knew it had to happen eventually with you hitting 26 to 28. Is that what it ended up being against Auburn? You missed 2, but was it 26 to 28?
25 to 27.
Okay. I mean, that's incredible. especially with the way you ended up at the free throw line in that game. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and every point was hard to come by in that game. But yeah, this whole tournament, I thought Tennessee looked a lot better offensively. There wasn't any of those 50-point games,
Right?
So that was good. So yeah, I think it was valuable. You kept using that term for this team to kind of figure some stuff out offensively before you get into the tournament. That actually matters, since we're just going to go ahead and say that. I think your guards are rolling right now. Zakai had 19. I think he had 23 today, and he had 20 against Auburn. So he's playing well. I think Gainey has 15 in 4 of the last 6 games for Tennessee. And I thought, Chaz didn't have a phenomenal day today, but I mean, he was pretty efficient, but he didn't score a whole lot. And that was kind of their game plan. Don't let Chaz Lanier just get scorching hot like he did against Auburn and Texas early.
Right. Yeah. And I think any teams that get real physical with Chaz are going to make it difficult. But I mean, having Jordan Gainey do what he's doing, Sky Ziegler, if he can keep it up and not have those first half just empties like he did against Texas, like, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Who's your X factor?
Jordan Gainey.
For Tennessee to get back to the Elite Eight.
Jordan Gainey. He's so good, and he's your best player.
Okay.
I don't think it's enough. I guess your X factor is a guy in the post, probably. It's probably Igor, I guess, has to be, but like that's probably your like guy who like is going to push you over the edge type deal. So maybe that's technically the X factor, but Jordan Gainey's been just so good for you.
Yeah. I agree. He's been a pleasant surprise. He's had a really good season. Wish we had another year with him. That would be fun to bring him back next year. But yeah, I probably would go Igor just because like when he scores, that's usually when Tennessee like gets blowouts.
Right.
Like when he's contributing, he's hitting threes, he's getting comfortable, he's getting to the rim. And also he's pretty good rebounder most of the time too. So yeah, I'd probably go Igor. And I think he needs to be more of a post scoring too. I know he can shoot threes, but I mean he's gonna have to help you rebound the basketball. You can't get beat like you did today.
Right.
In the paint and expect to win a basketball game against a quality opponent.
Yeah, agreed.
46 fouls were called today.
That's remarkable. Good. Hey, Pat Adams didn't get enough credit. That's a lot of blowing the whistle. That's a lot of I've got to hold on 2-0, and you don't get enough credit for that, Pat. Good work today. You earned it. You earned your keep. Well done. Well done.
It felt like so much more too.
We got to start paying these guys. They've got to be getting like paid by the whistle at this point, right?
I mean, I don't really know what you do to prevent. I mean, you can't like foul away from the basketball. You can't be doing that or early in the show. Like when people are driving, like going to the rim, like that's when fouls are going to be called. But like the extra, running through a screen, that kind of stuff, like just stuff that just leads to like a one-on-one. That kind of kills you. Against a team like Florida, who was 25 of 28 today from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's another spot they were really good in. They also they felt like they made all the shots they needed to make today.
Yeah, Tennessee just couldn't like get multiple stops in a row. They'd get one, they get it back closer, and then it felt like that next possession, Florida was going to hit a big shot. Or they'd get a loose ball rebound and have an open three. Like, did you think that three before the half, like that was a backbreaker? It felt like.
Yeah, I think to push it to 3 possessions really hurt it, but I mean, it was one of those I just thought Tennessee's playing good right now, so I don't know if it's detrimental. I mean, it really at the end of the day, that one didn't change anything in terms of how the game ended up. Tennessee played right there with them. They just couldn't, like you said, it just like they couldn't gain any ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that was why. I don't know. It did suck because I feel like Tennessee played good defense on that, and Aberdeen just goes nuclear there.
Yeah. Was that his only 3? It was.
Was it?
Yeah.
What's his? I don't have the box score in front of me. What was his percentage? What'd he go?
He was 3 for 5 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3.
Oh, that's the only one he attempted to. Oh,
Yeah.
he at least missed like 4.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah. It was Aberdeen, wasn't it?
I think it was. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, that blows.
Or was that one really deep? Now I can't remember.
Yeah, it was like a 28 footer.
And yeah, it was him. I know he hit a really deep one.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, I mean,
How
like
much
Devin
I
said,
watched Chad
what'd you say?
Bateman playing basketball. I hate watching it. I mean, it's infuriating, dude.
It's like he reminds me of that Jalen, what was his last name at Arkansas, who would just sit in the lane and wait for somebody to run into him, and then he would just fall on the ground for a charge.
Dude, that one where he grabbed his knee after he fouled the shit out of Cade Phillips. I mean, he smacked him so hard. And then I guess they hit knees, and he's on the ground just screaming in pain and then stays in the game.
Yeah.
What are we
crazy.
doing? And how do you miss that foul on Cade that resulted in a turnover? How do you miss that one? Yeah.
It was funny watching Janai Broom absolutely struggle from the free throw line.
Yeah. A lot of ball don't lie moments in that Auburn.
Yeah, 100%.
He shot 12 free throws, by the way. Also, I didn't know this till just now. Zakai Ziegler and Jordan Gainey both went 9 and 9 and 8 of 8 from the free throw line in the Auburn game.
Clutch. Zakai shot the ball well from 3 today. That's a good sign.
Yeah. Jazz Lanier didn't give me any opportunities. I think he was 1 of 4, 1 of 5 today.
Yeah.
You gotta give him more chance. You gotta find a way to get him more chances.
Or get him on that elbow and just let him just make shot after shot.
Which I think Tennessee's getting better at doing that when the three's not there. But I think that's where he can create a shot. I think he's got to find a way to create threes off the dribble too, to get them. Good weekend. It was a fun weekend to be a ball.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if this is true, but it was said on the golf course to me Saturday morning. Apparently, Jordan Gainey's statistically Tennessee's best defender, which is he's a really good defender this year. That's what I think is the most improved part of his game is his defending. And apparently, statistically, he's Tennessee's best.
Wow.
Again, have not fact-checked that. That is just being regurgitated information that was said to me Saturday morning.
Yeah, I mean, this team like kind of has it, like they have a makeup about them that you're like, man, there is a chance that you could go.
Oh, that's how they get you. That's how they get you.
I mean, I just look back at that play today where Zakai helps in the lane, like pokes the ball away from their big, and then he gets shoved in the back, and he's fired up on the floor. Like, I don't know. They seem to have a little bit of swagger to them. I just think it has a lot to do with the post play. And
Yeah,
I thought Agpara played really well today defensively. I mean, blocking shots. I mean, Alex Condon, he's like, good God. I'm just chucking it at the rim, and this guy's blocking my shot.
I think he played well really all week.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely today, though. But yeah.
But if he's going to be that great defensively, you have to have some offense from a big. It doesn't have to be him, but it's got to be Igor or Cade Phillips.
Right.
So, yeah, looking at the bracket, so Tennessee plays. I don't know anything about Wofford, to be honest. I know they're 19-15. I assume they won their
And
conference championship.
Yeah, they did, and they played a really tight nail bite. We could have been at that game if you just listened to me and went to Asheville. They played a tight one with Furman to win the
Okay.
SoCon.
They were the 6th seed in the conference. In the SoCon.
Oh, I don't like that. They're hot. That's all that tells me. Hot. Yeah, Wofford is in Spartanburg, Devin. I didn't know you were in South Carolina as well. Spartanburg is the home of is it just
The
called
Beacon.
The Beacon. Home of the Beacon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I haven't eaten there in a while. Maybe we should go back on a scouting mission. We should go check out the Beacon.
I ran into this PBR guy the other night at
Yeah, is that pro bull riding? What is PBR?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You said something about
Professional
PBR the other day.
riding.
Or yeah, okay. Pro, what I say? Pro?
Yeah.
That's what pro means.
I know, but you got to put the you got to say it all out.
You said PBR guy. I don't remember what it was about necessarily, but I didn't know if you meant like a rep for the beer
Oh no.
or what you were talking about.
Yeah. And he was from Spartan. Like he was around the Spartanburg area.
JD Mooneyham. I know that.
It's just Mooney.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But he's got a kid. He's got a kid that's
bull riding.
Electric. He's like
how old?
3 or 4 years old. And
he's riding. What's he riding? Broncos?
Well,
what do they ride?
He's got these little like calves that
That's what it
like. He lets his kid ride.
Yeah. Like pigs. What are they like? They're on like something weird.
Goats. Yeah. Just kind of whatever a dog probably. He's probably just
I've seen those.
Yeah.
There's like monkeys on dogs they've got.
Yeah, climbing like a coyote or something. I don't know what those kids. But yeah, he was telling me that I was like, yeah, you ever had the Beacon? He's like, yeah, I go eat at the Beacon one day and then I shit for 3 more days.
Yep. It's always a road trip, one of ours, and I never get it because that'll slow a road trip down real quick.
Yeah.
But it's worth it, I think. Maybe. I have a lot of things.
You got to do it like
life.
at least
That's
once.
one of them.
You got to go to at least one or to it at least once.
I think you got to go to it more than once. You just maybe don't do it. Like Spartanburg should be your destination when you're doing it.
Okay. Like that's where we're stopping here for a while.
We're going to be here for a while. 3 days if you're that bull rider. I don't know what he's eating there. It's never been a 3-day affair for me. But.
Yeah.
So is it JD Mooney's kids riding these things, or is it that dude's kids?
No, it's JD Mooney. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
JD
got a video.
JD?
I can't repeat it on here, but he's like, yeah, you got a bull. He's like, his name's like what? Tutorowski's like, yeah, Tutorowski's a mean mother. And everybody's like, well, he's like, his dad's like, yep, he's heard that one before.
Is it JB or JD?
JB, I think.
Okay. You know the kind of psychotic you have to be to get on the back of a bull?
Well, his career's like over.
Yeah, I think he's like severed like a nerve.
Yeah, he like a broken neck. He actually has the bull now that broke his neck.
You think he just tortures that thing?
He like pets it like a dog.
Yeah,
I've seen videos of him.
I would.
I got a deep dive.
I'd be out for revenge.
Yeah, I got a deep dive. I love that we got from NCAA tournament to bull riding and
do you know how he did it?
Yeah.
Spartanburg, Wofford, Beacon, PBR. We talked about beer for a second, then bull riding.
Here we are.
I know the steps.
The
I can follow our
Terriers.
tangents. Yeah,
How long have they been? Have they? I know they've not always been they're usually FCS team, correct? Wofford is.
That's SoCon's FCS.
Okay, so they've kind of always been in that conference.
As long as I know, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know when they actually joined the SoCon, but for a while. Actually, I
Yeah,
had a friend who played
Furman was the
soccer at
5
Wofford.
seed in that
Wow,
tournament.
so were they the semifinal then? I know they played Furman tight.
So
Maybe
they
were the
beat
final.
ETSU
Yep,
and then beat
they spanked ETSU. Let's not
and
hide from
then
that. Let's
they
hit it head on.
spanked VMI
Okay.
and then they beat Furman. VMI was a 7 seed, ETSU was a 3 seed.
Yeah, they took it to them. B2A. A lot of Bucks fans weren't happy after that one.
Yeah. Dang, Chattanooga went 24-9 and didn't make the tournament. Got to win it.
Neither did Lamont Paris, so don't worry, guys. He was Chattanooga coach before. He was South Carolina's coach. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, yeah, he did not make it. Good for him.
They're on the same page still.
Dude, it's got to suck to be a fan of a LSU South Carolina and of 14 SEC teams makes it, and you're one of the 2 that doesn't.
Yeah, normal year 14 makes it, you're auto in.
Yeah.
Shout out to Texas and Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 14 is obviously the most. Have we ever had a 12 year though?
There's no way, right?
I wouldn't
because
think so.
most teams haven't had. I mean, they've had 12 teams, but that's been pretty much it.
Right. I mean, which is going to suck because SEC teams are going to lose in the first round. They're going to lose early. People are going to go, oh, they're not that good. So it's not exactly a perfect way to evaluate it.
Yeah. Are we going to make a bracket challenge?
I can.
Okay. I figured we can maybe do some Hovey Dry Goods hats.
Let's do it.
Yeah. If y'all get a chance, go check out hoveydrygoods.com. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that first purchase. Just great hats. I mean, look at this thing. Bow, bow, bow. Got the rope. They've got different styles too. This is kind of like a breathable in the back athletic fit. It's one of my favorite hats. So go get yours today at hoveydrygoods.com. Again, use promo code MORE for 15% off that first purchase. They got some new ones coming very soon. Also, they keep telling us that people keep using that code. So appreciate that. Appreciate y'all using it. I mean, we're saving you money, but appreciate you doing it.
We also appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm working on. I'm actually just going to make this right now. I'm going to see. Let's see. We're just going to call it more important issues, and I think I'm going to have to create a password. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't think there's a password, so I'll just have to send a link. We'll send a link out.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that after.
If there is a password, it's going to be the beacon sucks. You don't suck. It's just, crossfire due to Wofford, all that.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't mean it, but
we mean it this week.
Just banter, Who is there anybody in this bracket that you're like, I don't know if I want to play them?
Kind of with
I would say in the Midwest region. Let's go region-wise.
I don't know if I want to necessarily play Kentucky again, but I'll play them. Let's see it. Let's see them get to
Okay.
Sweet 16, and we'll do it.
Okay.
I don't necessarily love playing Illinois again, but that was an away game when we did it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe neutral sites.
And better. Jordan Gainey likes to play against them. So
Jordan Gainey does. He does.
Dubar had a good game in that one too. So maybe that's good for us. And they've kind of been beaten up a little bit too. They're a weird team. Like when we beat them, everybody's like, yeah, this is a Elite Eight matchup. And I guess technically it could still be like a Sweet 16 matchup, but I think at that time people would have been shocked if Illinois ended up being a 6 seed.
Yeah, probably so. I think Houston is a good matchup for Tennessee. Of the 1 seeds that they're available.
Oh, dude.
I don't
mean,
necessarily want to play them. That's
take
not
the
right
under.
word. Yeah. But I think that's a good matchup for Tennessee. Gonzaga, I think that's just a really good basketball team. And then the relationship with Tennessee's beat them, but always in meaningless games.
Right. Is this where we get Purdue again?
Do we want Purdue again? I don't like. It just feels like we're never going to get the right side. It doesn't feel like we're ever going to.
They
get the
put
right
them in
side
our region again. Do we get them in the Elite Eight again? That would be again, right?
That was the Elite Eight last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Give me Purdue. Give me the Boilermakers.
Let's just go on a freaking revenge tour, okay? We beat Wofford for the Beacon and what they did to our bowel movements, and then we beat UCLA because they tried to take our coach, and then we beat Kentucky because they beat us twice already, and Rupp's a racist, and then you get Purdue who just continues to win games that against us that we hate and have bad dreams about. Who else can we have revenge on? Alabama maybe in the Final Four because they try to kill people.
It's just Alabama.
Yeah. And then championship.
Or no, that's St. John. Sorry. Where did they end up at? 2 seed in the West. That's right. Championship.
And then we beat Florida. Penny Hardaway in the national championship.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking either Penny or Bruce, but I'd rather go. No, actually, we get Ole Miss back.
Okay,
and we hang our nuts on Lane Kiffin on Twitter after.
That's the true 1 seed. Yeah. Come to the sip on this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We going to San Antonio?
Yeah, man.
All right, cool.
I love this man. I mean, he said, I'm never going back. He's like,
well, that's football. Basketball, I've done good on road trips. I've done good.
Okay. So you're thinking
I'm 1-1, I think, on road trips for basketball.
So you're thinking it's sport wise.
Yeah, I think I still want to do it.
We haven't tested a whole lot in other sports. So are you willing to test it in other sports a lot?
Yeah, I want to go to a baseball series.
Okay, we going to Oxford?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not going to say no yet. When is that series?
No clue. I just need to know you're in.
Oh, yeah. I'll do it.
Okay.
Which, like, notoriously, we're not great on the road in baseball. Not great. That's not the right word. We're not as good as we are at home.
Well, yeah.
Like, if we're going to lose, it's going to be on the road.
Well, the fields away are so much bigger, Caleb.
I mean, how can they even see the fence? They're so far away.
You can. I mean, you got binoculars. They give them out.
Did you see?
But in Mississippi, they probably break them in half, and you get one each.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it was Voldemort made that edit for Dean Curley today of the Shane Gillis joke. And he's talking about like old baseball players or whatever. You know, he's talking about the voice pitch
Curly.
of the. Well, he says, old Curly, and then it's Dean Curley's highlights after that.
Okay, it's the fastest man alive.
Which I'm glad people are now catching on. I've been saying that since he signed at Tennessee, that he sounds like a baseball player from the 1950s.
Yeah. Yeah, when did that bit come out? Was it like in the last year?
I don't know. When did that special drop? Also, I'm going to see Shane Gillis when he comes to Knoxville.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was that stand-up? I don't even remember.
I don't either. I only see that clip. Like, I don't know what the actual.
It was his last Netflix special.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so looking at the bracket, who's the Cinderella team in this one? We're just going to go ahead and point them out. Hopefully, no one in the
Cinderella.
Midwest region.
VCU's an 11 seed. I'm keeping my eye on.
Okay.
UC San Diego's a 12. I'm keeping my eye on. Memphis feels like they got a good draw, all things considered.
It does stink like Florida could play UConn in that second round.
Yes.
That'd be interesting.
In the East as well, Liberty. 25-0 when the team doesn't score 70 points.
What a stat.
That was said. I didn't rip that one out. That was said on the. You got to watch the selection show, guys. They'll give you some hints. It's all if they. This is all pre-planned. They know who's going to win it, and they'll give you hints.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't think they make a run. I don't think they make a run, and this is probably good for us in the Midwest. We wouldn't see them; they'd be out for sure by then. I watched High Point a little bit. They're not great, but when they go on a run, buddy, they run.
Well, it's probably going to happen because they are going to screw us out of that revenge tour and beat Purdue the first round,
which we would be appreciative of.
But it would be sick if we could get the revenge tour.
Well, we can revenge Gonzaga or something. I don't know. Georgia. I mean, it wouldn't be a hard revenge, but it would be a revenge.
Okay.
Houston for ever even taking Ross Kivitt away.
And
then giving him back. We didn't want him anymore.
It's another Midwest team. It's McNeese.
Yeah.
That's who it is. And Will Wade's going to get a big ass offer.
Probably.
Somebody who was it in the selection show that had Clemson in the Final Four?
I don't know. It wasn't Jay Williams. Did you see his Elite Eight? Every 1 and 2 seed.
Every 2 seed?
In the Elite Eight, every 1 and 2 seed makes the Elite Eight in Jay Williams' bracket.
Okay. I mean, I like it.
I like it for us, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, they had Clemson and Duke. I'm like, guys, the ACC is trash. And Cooper Flagg isn't healthy. No matter if he plays or not, he's not going to be 100% on that ankle.
What is it? Have we heard what it is?
I thought it was an ankle.
Right, but what it is?
I don't know.
Not what is injured, but what the
severe ankle sprain.
Is. Okay. Upper, lower, what kind of sprain we talking here?
Big one.
Big. It can be upper and lower.
Yeah, both. All the above.
You have money on them? You're trying to get everybody to bet against them?
No, I'm definitely not
out higher.
Them. No, that's too easy.
Are you betting this March?
Only every day.
Are you actually?
Yeah, I'm back.
Are you able to write that off on your taxes? That donation to DraftKings?
I should try it. See what happens. All I can say is no. What about this is weird. I know we talk crap about North Carolina, but
no.
There's always a team that comes out of the first 4 whatever. There's always a team that makes a run.
Give me Texas Xavier or San Diego State before you give me UNC.
I'm just saying. Because Iowa State is their best player's hurt. And when they don't have him, ugh. Ole Miss could have a good draw, but they could also lose to San Diego State or North Carolina. So
I hope they do. I hate Chris Beard. Sorry, Trey. He's a punk.
Sorry, Trey, you suck.
Yeah, I'm not even sorry. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I lied like that on this show. I would never intentionally do it.
All right, who you picking to win it? This doesn't have to be your final bracket, but just like off the dome. What do you?
Tennessee, dog.
Okay, besides Tennessee. Everybody knows you make a realistic one and a Tennessee one.
Man, watching Florida play today, that's recency bias. It also feels like it could be St. John's. They undressed Creighton, so it could come out of the West.
Okay.
I don't know who. I don't. Man, I hope it's not them, but I think I would have to say Florida right now.
Okay. I mean, I think that's hard to argue.
I hope I'm dead wrong about that. I hope they go out in the first round. I hope they lose in Norfolk State.
Yes.
I hope that Todd Golden has to get so compact to fit in that the bus they have to take home. They put him under. Did Trey get in here just to hear me talk shit about Chris Beard? Because that would
Probably.
be awesome.
Probably.
I hope you heard it.
He was looking up Chris Beard like highlight videos and
this popped up.
Yeah. He can't wait.
We should make coach highlight videos. We should start doing that.
We should
corner that market.
It would be sick if you did a light blue versus light blue with North Carolina versus Ole Miss.
Both wearing light blue?
Yeah, get real weird. Oh, Trey was a little late. We just got done talking crap about him.
I just said he sucks. I didn't really get into detail about it.
Yeah.
He was at Texas at the same time as the monkey stripper thing, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Had nothing to do with him, supposedly.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
I don't know. I don't like that this conference recycles so many coaches.
I mean, Ole Miss is like king of that.
Yeah. That's a good point. They haven't won anything doing it either. That's weird. Oh, well, they did get like a Sugar Bowl win or something like that. That's pretty cool in the college football playoff era.
They did win their baseball series, right?
I guess they didn't.
No, they didn't. They did not.
Wait. Trey's telling us. Trey's breaking news, Landon. Trey's telling us that they got another recycled SEC coach.
Oh, okay.
Color me shocked.
Okay.
To be fair, this one was also fired for not because of his poor coaching, but also character issues.
Also,
I mean, are you guys like what are they running a prison down in Oxford? Like, what's going on? How do these guys end up there?
Also, no. I mean, I know money talks, but I guess he's in Mississippi now, so I don't know how much worse he can get. But Bloomington, Indiana. Ugh. I mean, if I'm going to be recycled at this point, like, I got to have a good city to live in. And Oxford and Bloomington are
there's no
not
better
what I'm
city than Oxford, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Not.
I'm actually going to one tomorrow, Biloxi.
Oh, Biloxi rocks. Get on one of the riverboats.
I don't know what we're doing.
We're getting on a riverboat and gamble. You're donating more of your money. That's what you're doing.
I know I got to get up at 3:00 to catch a flight.
Oh gosh, that's even earlier than I first heard.
Yeah,
you got an Uber coming?
No.
Are you making Raven get up and take you?
Yeah, she's not happy.
Dude. You can come stay at my house and just walk there after in the morning. You can sleep in my bed with me. It'll be okay.
I broke it to her gentle. I was like, she's like, this is my first day of spring break. And I'm like, yeah, so you're on spring break. Imagine if I would have done it like if you were working.
I will say this. This is not, I think that's a crappy move on your part. I do not support this decision. But there is something about getting up really like that early and then going back home, going to sleep, because then it's so easy to sleep in.
Yeah.
Like
you
don't accidentally wake up at 9 or something. Like
well,
you
and I
just
was telling
sleep.
her, I was like, oh, you're gonna stay up all night anyway. Just don't go to sleep, and then you can go to sleep when you get home.
What'd you say to that? 3 is late.
Dude, this woman. I mean, when she doesn't have to work, I mean, I'll be like, all right, well, I'll see you tomorrow evening, because she stays up. I go to sleep. I wake up. She sleeps like all day. And then I'm like, hey, it's almost dinner. What do you want to do? So
I don't support. I want to get out in front of this. I do not support your decision to make your wife take you to the airport at 3 a.m.
It is crazy how big of a homebody she is, but she's a night owl.
I feel like that's pretty aligned with a homebody.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured you'd like want to go out and do stuff. She's like, nah, I just want to sit here and watch TV until
I'm with that.
my eyes can't stay awake.
I get it.
All right. We got one more question. Let me get to that real quick.
Wait, you didn't. Who do you think's going to win? You didn't say.
Who do I think? I think.
Yeah.
I Florida's probably a good choice. I think Auburn's another one that's.
I don't know if Auburn's got the horses.
They got a horse, and he gets a lot of calls. And we've seen how that can go. I like Michigan State too. Tom Izzo. I'd like to see St. John's. I'll be honest, I haven't watched a single St. John's basketball game, but I'm interested to see kind of how they fare in this tournament. Texas Tech's pretty good too.
I mean, St. John's has got to be, gearing up for this. They've got to be ready. I hope they don't get too excited the opportunity and maybe have some kind of early, get their nut too early, if you will. I think is the best way to say that.
Yeah.
You think you had another question?
Yeah. So Tim Smith asked one team in Tennessee's regional bracket that they would not want to play. Hopefully they want to play everybody.
McNeese. I think you said it. McNeese. You already said it.
Yeah.
If McNeese is sitting there in the Elite Eight, go just pack the bags, boys.
Yeah, probably them.
I don't know if you want to see Illinois a second time necessarily.
I don't know.
Is it Illinois or Kentucky? Like, who would you rather not play again?
Honestly, probably Kentucky, because I could probably handle a loss to Illinois. I don't think I could handle another loss to Kentucky.
I think that's completely fair. I think that's entirely fair.
All right. Where we at? Baseball real quick?
Yeah, let's talk a little ball.
Okay. What's there really to talk about? Sweep. It's
Sweep,
over.
that's it. I got to get my orange.
They're gone.
I don't know if it's here, if it's just hiding in the move. It's been lost.
Yeah, I need to get mine
I like
too.
SpongeBob a little
Probably for the bat flip tomorrow. Yeah, I think Tennessee did a really good job they got the bats going when they needed to. I mean, Florida's a really good baseball team. They just couldn't. It's crazy. There was only 4 home runs this entire series. The wind kind of halted some of those balls, and you saw how difficult it was on Sunday to catch them. But yeah, Tennessee just did their job on the mound. They only gave up 7 runs all series. I mean, that Saturday game was just unreal.
Yeah.
1-0
No, I mean,
until the bottom of the 7th, and they just blow it open.
I walked away and came back, and I don't remember what the score was at that moment. I was like, holy crap, like what has happened?
Yeah.
How is it gone from what looked like was going to be a really tight ball game to being blown open? And I didn't have it on my radar yet that the run rule hadn't entered my brain at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden the game was over.
Yeah, they just did a really good job. You know, I like what they got from Nate Snead, Marcus Phillips, Liam Doyle, Dylan Lloyd pitched really well. Tegan Coons looked good in his start on Sunday. So they just continue to, shove on the mound, and then the bats are always going to be there.
Well, we may have lost Landon. Don't know if he'll be back or just between me and you. We'll see. I've never seen it cut out quite like that. That was interesting. And while he was doing that, I'm trying to get my dog, who just apparently just needs to go out right now as he knocks stuff off my desk. Tennessee does get the series win over Florida. Series sweep. Let's not short them. I don't know why I'm trying to short them. You can hear more about that on the bat flip. Landon, Dylan, and Deuce will break all of that down for you. Dive a little bit more in. And then Tennessee, Tuesday, they play ETSU. That's a home game. Tennessee's also going to have to start issuing some refunds for all these fans aren't getting the full experience with all these run rules. And I, for one, will not stand for it. I can't stand for it. My morals will not allow me. But Tennessee does play ETSU on Tuesday and then take on Alabama in Tuscaloosa next week for the second series in SEC play. Vols tip off Thursday in the NCAA tournament. A lot going on this week, continuing into March. And I'm going to get out of here while my dog hopefully doesn't do anything in my house. Appreciate you guys listening. Sorry, again, not sure what happened to Landon, but we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, Monday at 7 p.m. on the Bat Flip. Thursday, TBD with Tennessee playing on Thursday evening. We'll announce where we'll be, what we'll be doing, so stick with us. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys check out Grade A Grounds. Use promo code MORE, M-O-R-E, for 10% off your purchase today. It's Grade A Grounds. Gotta go put some coffee. That's my favorite coffee. BS for Blueberry is my all-time favorite. You can get some today with promo code MORE at gradeagrounds.com. And check out Rowback. Promo code MORE as well for 15% off today. Make sure you guys go check out that. We appreciate you guys listening. We will see you back here somewhere on Thursday. Bringing the boat in, and we out.